You've been there. She laughs at your jokes, texts you good morning, and calls you to vent about her bad day. You're there for her, always. But deep down it stings, because no matter how close you two get, you're stuck in that brutal, awkward place. The friend zone. You're not her boyfriend, you're not her date, you're just her emotional support, her safety net, the nice guy who's always there, just not in that way. And look, being a friend isn't a bad thing, but when you're hoping for more, when you're picturing what it'd be like to hold her hand instead of hold her purse, it can be soul-crushing. But here's what most guys get wrong. They think the only way out is by confessing their feelings and hoping for a miracle. Spoiler alert, that usually doesn't work. This video isn't about tricking her. It's not about faking confidence or acting like someone you're not. It's about learning how to shift the dynamic, how to reconnect with who you are, and how to become someone she can actually see romantically. Because guess what? You can shift how she sees you, but it takes strategy, patience, and self-respect. We're going to break down why you ended up in the friend zone, how to get clarity on what you really want, and what small but powerful changes can make her start seeing you in a different light. And by the end, you'll walk away with a game plan. Whether she changes her mind or you decide to walk away on your own terms, you'll do it with confidence. Before you can change anything, you have to understand what you're dealing with. The friend zone isn't a curse, it's a result. It's what happens when one person sees the connection as platonic, while the other is silently hoping for more. But here's the catch. Being in the friend zone doesn't mean she doesn't like you. It means she doesn't see you as a romantic option. Yet. And usually that perception is built from how you've positioned yourself. You've probably been emotionally available, supportive, and kind, but without adding any romantic tension. No spark, no flirtation, no suggestion that you're anything other than safe. Women categorize quickly. Early on, she puts you in a box: friend, fling, future boyfriend. Once you're in the friend box, it's hard to move, but not impossible. Let's take an example. You've been her go-to for everything: rides to the airport, relationship advice, someone to text when she's bored. One day she texts you, "Can you come over and help me build this IKEA bookshelf?" You're tempted to say, "Of course," like always, but instead you pause. You say, "I've got plans tonight, but I'll swing by this weekend if I have time. You owe me dinner though. Those shelves better come with pasta." That little shift, it adds mystery, it sets a boundary, and it introduces a playful, slightly flirty tone. You're not saying, "I love you." You're showing you have your own life, you're not always available, and you're still keeping the vibe light. Understanding the friend zone is about recognizing how your actions or inactions shaped her impression of you. The goal isn't to beg for a promotion from friend to lover. It's to change how you show up so she starts questioning how she sees you. Before we continue with the video and my next point about gaining clarity on your intentions, I'd like to ask for a small favor. I'm working toward reaching 1,000 subscribers. If you found this helpful so far, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps this channel grow. Okay, let's move forward. Before you even think about changing how she sees you, you need to get brutally honest with yourself. Why do you want her to like you back? Is it because you truly feel a connection worth exploring, or is it because you're stuck on the idea of winning her over? A lot of guys don't realize they're chasing an outcome that has more to do with ego than emotion. They want her because she hasn't chosen them yet, not because she's necessarily the right person. It's important to look at the dynamic for what it really is, not what you hope it could be. Are you acting like her friend while secretly resenting that role? Do you find yourself overcompensating, being extra available, overly supportive, too agreeable, just to stay close? That's not a romantic pursuit. That's self-abandonment. And the more you shrink yourself to fit what you think she wants, the less she's going to see you as someone worth wanting. You need to shift the spotlight back onto you. Take a step back and think, do I feel proud of how I've been showing up? Have I been honest with myself or just hopeful? Am I still grounded in who I am, or have I been molding myself around her attention? The answers might sting a little, but that's how real growth begins. This is the moment where you start to take your power back. Refocus your time and energy on things that genuinely fuel you. Start doing the things that made you feel confident before this whole situation got complicated. When you rebuild your identity around your own passions, not her validation, you become magnetic in a way no words ever could. You don't need to convince her to like you. You need to become someone who's undeniable, whether she gets it or not. Confidence isn't something you can fake, it's something you become. If you've been friend-zoned, there's a high chance she doesn't see you as someone she could desire, not because you lack worth, but because you haven't shown her the version of you that truly stands out. That version isn't created by obsessing over her. It's built through growth, effort, and self-pride. Here's the truth. When you're constantly available, always eager to please and neglecting your own goals, you give off one message: you've placed her at the center of your world. That doesn't feel attractive, it feels desperate. On the flip side, when you start pouring into yourself, mentally, physically, emotionally, you become someone who radiates a different kind of energy. That energy, that's what flips the script. Confidence is earned through action. Hit the gym, not to impress her, but to feel powerful in your own skin. Start that side hustle. Pick up that old passion project. Take care of your appearance. Upgrade your style. These things are not superficial. They're signals. They tell the world, I know my value and I'm investing in myself. That's the kind of shift that changes how everyone sees you, including her. But it goes deeper than looks. Emotional confidence matters just as much. Can you walk into a room without needing to dominate it but still feel like you belong? Can you hold eye contact without flinching, speak with clarity, and not apologize for having opinions? Those subtle behaviors speak volumes. And here's where it gets real. When she sees you thriving without needing her approval, her perspective might start to change. Not because you tried to convince her, but because she starts wondering, wait, did I miss something? That curiosity is powerful, and it only comes when you stop chasing and start building. So no, you don't need to wait around hoping she'll come to her senses. You need to elevate your game for you. If she sees it and comes around, great. If not, you've still become a stronger, more magnetic version of yourself. That's a win, either way. If you want her to start seeing you differently, you have to start showing up differently. Not in a dramatic, attention-grabbing way, but in small, calculated shifts that challenge the way she's always viewed you. Right now, she probably sees you as the reliable friend, the guy who's always there, always listening, always available. That role comes with zero romantic pressure, and while it might feel safe for her, it's also completely unthreatening. And unfortunately, unthreatening rarely triggers attraction, so what do? You change the rhythm. Start by pulling back slightly, not to play games, but to re-establish balance. If she's used to instant replies, let her wait a bit. If she's expecting you to drop plans every time she needs something, politely say you're busy, not cold, not rude, just unavailable on your terms. That contrast alone can be powerful. Next, introduce flirtation. Nothing over the top. Keep it light, unexpected. A well-timed compliment on how she looks when she's not trying. A playful tease, a raised eyebrow when she jokes about being single. These moments interrupt the just friends pattern. They add tension. And tension is the soil where attraction grows. Let's say she's telling you about some guy problems. Instead of giving deep emotional advice like a therapist, you smirk and say, for someone so smart, you really pick terrible guys. Then hold the eye contact just a little longer than usual. That line walks the line. It's bold, flirty, but not desperate. That's how you start shifting perception. And you don't need to explain these changes to her. Let your actions speak. Let her wonder what's different. Let her feel that you're no longer orbiting around her but standing in your own space. Eventually, she'll either lean in or back off. Either way, you've taken control of the dynamic. What you're doing isn't manipulation, it's course correction. You're adjusting the energy you bring so she can't keep putting you in the same box. When that energy shifts, she doesn't just see a friend anymore, she starts seeing a man she might want. There comes a point where subtlety has done its job. You've shifted your energy, you've pulled back, built your confidence, created tension. Now, the next step is clarity. And clarity only comes through conversation. But this isn't a confession. It's not a dramatic, heart-on-your-sleeve moment where you pour everything out and hope she swoons. That kind of emotional dump often creates pressure, not connection. What you're doing instead is creating space for honesty with calm, mature intention. Choose your moment wisely, not in a heated or emotional situation, not after drinks, not when she's talking about another guy. Find a neutral moment, maybe after you've spent time together when the mood is relaxed and the energy is light. Then keep it simple, something like, I've been thinking lately. I really value our friendship, but I'd be lying if I said I haven't thought about something more. That's not a demand. That's not a plea. It's just a truth. Direct but respectful. What you say next matters. You don't ask her to make a decision on the spot. You give her space. You say, I'm not putting pressure on you. I just wanted to be honest about where I'm at. I understand if you don't feel the same, but I'd rather be real with you than keep pretending. That kind of grounded honesty shows self-respect. It also gives her a chance to process rather than react. And yes, there's risk involved. She might say she doesn't see you that way, she might need time, or she might admit she's been feeling a shift too. But whatever happens, you walk away knowing you led with courage, not fear. Open communication isn't about winning, it's about alignment. If the energy between you has changed, she'll feel it. And if you're both adults, it's worth talking about. Because silence doesn't lead to clarity. Words do. If you've had the conversation, if you've laid your cards on the table and she still doesn't feel the same, then you have one job now. Respect her answer. This is the moment that defines everything. It's not about how cool your message was or how much you did to get her to notice you. It's about how you carry yourself after you hear her truth. Too many guys make the mistake of turning cold, bitter, or distant the moment they don't get what they hoped for. That kind of reaction proves you were never really being her friend. You were just waiting for your chance. And if you go that route, you lose her respect along with her interest. What you do instead is simple but powerful. You stay grounded, you thank her for her honesty, you make peace with her choice, even if it stings, and you remind yourself that you didn't lose anything by being honest. You showed up with clarity and courage. That's strength, not weakness. If she doesn't return your feelings, that doesn't mean you're not enough. It means the connection didn't align the way you hoped. That's not rejection, it's redirection. Give yourself permission to pull back if you need to. Heal your space. Let time reset your focus. If the friendship can continue, great. If it can't, that's okay too. What matters is that you leave with dignity, because how you handle her no says more about you than how you asked for her yes. Thanks for watching till the end. It means you're not just chasing love, you're learning how to lead with confidence and clarity. If this video helped shift your mindset or gave you something real to think about, hit that like button and subscribe. It helps more than you know. And I want to hear from you. What part of this video hit home the most? Have you ever been friend-zoned and tried to shift that dynamic? Drop your experience in the comments. Your story might help someone else figure theirs out. Until next time, respect yourself, play it smart, and never settle.